true crime undercover agent. You guys, I've got them on order for you. We sold out already yesterday, but I'm excited to share them with you. Check them out at our shop. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. Mama D coming at you in the house. I'm excited to be here. We're all in purple. I don't know why. Just felt like being in purple. And I want to talk about things today. It's going to be an open discussion, more or less, on the Nancy Guthrie case. I think I've come with... Okay, so it started out, we're all on this mission. Thank you, Allison, for trying so hard, Smudger, and others. No one that has sent it to me. I don't have it. What am I talking about? The picture that we all saw early in the Nancy Guthrie case. The slider was open. The curtains were pulled back in the guest house. And in that, we could only see about 3 or 4 feet into the room. All of us remember exactly the same thing. And I'm going to prove it to you. I found posts where people were talking about it over on JLR, what they saw. I found a lot of posts. Everybody remembers it the same. The blankets were like disheveled off the bed and flowing onto the floor in a crumpled way. The rug itself was like, it was one of those like throw rugs, and it was all like wavy and pushed back and kind of askew. So the bed covers are disheveled and leaning over onto the floor, and the rug is askew. You'd think couple 2 a.m. work hours. No, nothing. Couldn't find it. I think I've watched when I say watched, I went through every news program that I could find, and I would just literally run that as fast as I could across the bottom looking for it. And no. I did get some pictures of the casita, which is the guest house, which is also known as a pool house. And I don't know, you guys. So in this, we need to discuss when did that happen and try to figure that out. We need to decide, is it possible that this could have happened after Nancy went missing? We just need to look at that part of it, because if something went down in the guest house, that's very important. Wouldn't that be something? If she was removed from the house and taken to the guest house? I mean, no cameras are working. The gate's open. I don't know. Everything is so messed up in this case. But we have to ask, was family in the guest house? Was this an in-betweener? We'll talk about it all. I want to hear your thoughts on that. Do the feds really have someone, or are we just being appeased? It just appears that they did an investigation to humor us, but didn't really do an investigation. They didn't take the doormat. They didn't take the Nest Cam holder. They let gardeners take the potted plants that were holding open the doors. They let poolmen come in and clean this pool. I'm just like you. I'm at my wit's end in the Nancy Guthrie case. So I thought we would invite you, me, our live audience, our replay audience all together, and we can just kind of hash this out together to see what you think. There was some other things. So I don't know where I wrote it. Oh, here it is. So a commenter, well, we'll get into that. Let's say hello to everybody. Hello, my beautiful live audience. Hi, Trish Galvin, coffee lover, Smudger Mike. Good to see you all. Charlene, good to see you. My Zozo in the house. Nikki UK, love you, darling. Love you, love you. There's a lot. Okay, there's quite a few of you here, so a lot of you here. I want to just say, whether you're a replay crew or my amazing replay crew or my amazing live audience, all of you matter greatly to me. And I'm thankful that you allow me to come on every day and you show your support, which helps me out so much, to be able to be the voice for the voiceless. And in this case, we have to talk about Senator Kelly. Okay, we can talk about the guest house. These are just topics that you can throw out there. I want to talk about the guest house today. Like I said, open discussion. I don't have, slide after slide to show you. I do, but I'm just going to show some of them. But I also want to talk about Senator Kelly. Isn't it interesting that Savannah's the one that sent him? Or is that what we've been led to believe because that's what he said? Did Senator Kelly get sent by, I don't know, a scrubber? Ooh, that's what was asked. And I was like, in a comment, I was like, oh, wow. That would actually make so much sense. If the scrubber allegedly, aka Savannah's husband, allegedly, the scrubber for the Clintons, allegedly, if he sent Senator Kelly, but to, make it appear as this turd is actually a cupcake with sprinkles, we'll put Savannah Guthrie's name on it because she's a good old American girl. I'm just asking questions today. I want you to do the same. We're going to share our opinions. I was thinking a lot about that guest house, and the big question is this. How flucked, and I said that with an L, is this case from the get-go? They released the crime scene in less than 48 hours. So theoretically, as the FBI came in, were they like what I had happen in my mind as I'm going through the timeline? I'm thinking about this room and how the blanket is and the rug is. And I'm like, who slept there? Oh my God, what if they transported Nancy out of the house and into that back room for a little bit in that guest house? And maybe that's where some crime happened. But I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I also recall that the feds were the ones investigating that house, the guest house, and that they are the ones, it appeared to be feds, that had left the slider open where I saw that. And if the feds are there, we know through Cash Patel, the head of the FBI, that they didn't get the crime scene released to them, and they weren't able to dig in and investigate until they were held out 4 days and on it on the 5th. Here's the problem, lovelies, and this is where I'm like, OMG, this case is like fudged up like peppermint fudge. It's messed up. Okay, here. So the feds come on the scene and they get to the casita and they're like me and you, and they're like, whoa, the bed's messed up. The rug is out of place. Hey boys, get over here. Let's get this checked out. Start, be careful where you step. Don't touch anything. Let's get pictures. Get our photographer. And then you got Sheriff Bonanno's little deputy coming over there, and he's all like, hi, what y'all doing? And, the FBI's like, hold it. We've got movement in the casita. We got the bed messed up. We got the rug messed up. And the little cop be like, that's from Cameron. Yeah, we released this site back to the family, and they just come in and started living aboard right in the casita. But, right before we handed it over to you, we just kicked them out. So the bed was slept in, and if there was evidence in here, sir, it ain't here no more, or it's really messed up. And that's what went through my mind. I'm like, OMG. We may never know what kind of crime happened, if any, in the guest house, or if the guest house was even involved. The fact that one house is immaculate and the guest house is messy leaves a lot of questions. So what are your thoughts on that? Patty says, I don't understand why the date said January 31st. I thought it was February 1st. Something is really off. I know exactly what you're talking about. You are talking about on Pima County. I can go to it right now online, and it will show us the report of Nancy being reported missing is entered on the computer. The date that's showing is 6 p.m. on January 31st, at about the time that Nancy would have allegedly been playing Mahjong over with Annie and Tomato and who else? Though you can play that game with just 3. It's easier to play it with 4, but they do have a teenage son who you guys keep asking me about, and I'm going to tell you now, I am not going to be looking into a minor. That is not my thing. If they involved a child, that'll come back on them. I highly doubt they would do that. I'll just leave it with you. But that could have been the 4th player because he's a teenager. We saw it in the Christmas picture. So what is that timestamp about? Did Nancy go missing, or was she reported missing the night before? And they can explain it away and say it's a clerical error, but then you would have fixed it by now. Over, 4 months, you've had to correct your error, but you haven't. So it suggests it's not a clerical error. So then we're back to my theory, which is this was all a staged event from the get-go for a PR stunt. Now I've got rumors to tell. That's all they are, is speculation. So let's get that truth train going, right? This is truth in the fact that this is what's being talked about. Doesn't mean the story is truth. But the truth of the matter is that the rumor that is out there is that just a few months before Savannah had her throat surgery, Chanel, the co-host, lost her dad. And in that, the ratings went really high because in support of her losing her father. Could that have made Miss SG a little jelly that Chanel is getting our this big attention? And then she's like, well, my mom's not doing good. I could move her into a private luxury care residence somewhere close by me and tell everybody I lost my mom, and yeah, I could get a lot of ratings considering I'm about to lose my job, allegedly. Because if you go back, and a lot of you that are making these stupid ass, let me bring that mic up close, stupid ass comments that I'm making that crap up, I told you again and again, do your own research. It's undeniable. It was plastered all over the place in June of the 21st of January, all the way up till the February 2nd. It was plastered all over the media that Savannah was losing her job, most likely. The ratings had soared in her absence of her throat surgery. She was desperate. Then she wanted to put a spin on it. Nobody wants to talk about that. They want to disconnect that Savannah was losing, allegedly, a possibility of losing her $10 million a year job to a co-host that has much higher ratings. In fact, the highest ratings by far, 12% increase, because Chanel was on the screen and not Savannah. You don't think that's important? Oh, she had plenty of money. Y'all, this is all about the ego. Now think about how big the ego really, really is. You're getting $10 million a year and they're following your every move. You got people that are putting together articles about how sexy your legs are. And just look, today Savannah showed them sexy legs. Let's run a whole article. You don't think all that added up to a really fat head? I don't know, maybe it didn't. But to be married to a scrubber, allegedly, you kind of got to have a go-get-em kind of attitude. And according to sources that allegedly worked with Savannah, she was in a full-blown panic, freaking out. So for all those out there that want to put on here in a comment below that say, why on earth would SG do this? This makes no sense. I know you haven't watched my videos. Just saying. Now, that's my theory, is that if this is a hoax, if it is, it could have been based off of two goals. Well, three goals at the very same time. It could have been a distraction away from President Clinton and Mrs. Hillary Clinton, given their depositions at the exact same time that the Nancy Guthrie case starts. So the scrubber would have been doing an almighty favor for the Clintons to just be like, oh, look what happened over here. Don't look over there at the deposition. Look over here, everybody over here, over. But the depositions are over, so now we need it to go away. Just go. No, you can't go looking for. No, just let this lie die. Allegedly. Also, you got to remember Savannah's ratings are like plummeting down into the abyss. And Chanel's ratings are like, haha, I'm here. I'm the Today Show. I'm a star. And she's being replaced. And is there fear that could take over and be like, oh, this is all going to work in my favor? Yes. Mom, are you on board? We need to do something. You're a full-blown Democrat. Would you be willing to pull this off? Now, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a liberal. A liberal. I don't care about politics, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. We've got Annie Guthrie over here with her jewelry shop, and it's got F Trump on, 10% of the jewelry, like bracelets of resist it, resist. They're the resistance. To what? To Trump. Okay, so there is this, you and I both know that they are hardcore Democrats, especially if you watch Savannah go after Trump. And I say go after in her interview of him because she went after him to the point it was extremely uncomfortable. Saying things like, well, and I'm paraphrasing, but you get it. Very close to what she said, I'm sure. She was saying things such as, why don't you deny that the Democrats are pedophiles? The QAnon, or whatever they're called, I don't know, y'all. But the QAnon are saying that Democrats are pedophiles. How come you're not denying that? And he's like, why are we talking about really important political things like war that's about to happen? And she's like, let's get back onto the why aren't you defending the Democrats? And I'm like, what? So, this isn't just a political family. This is one that sunk their whole boat into it, including Nancy Guthrie in 2020, posting that she could not wait to see Trump and the family, or Trump and the family, go to jail. So we know they are hardcore, diehard Demis. They're alma maters. They're holier than thou's. Their master of arms is the Clintons, and they're doing a deposition about the Epstein files. You don't think that kind of was weird timing? I think that's some weird timing. You feel me? Tamara says, my thoughts have always been that the Clintons had something so with this, to do with this. Makes you wonder. Marion says, in my opinion, each of the kids have their own gains with their respective spouses and two or all of the couples involved. Thank you for sharing your opinion. Christy Tack, hello, lovely. Is there any connection between Savannah not going to the Olympics in Italy and the fact that Tommaso is from Italy? I don't know. The reason I suspect, just curious, quinky dink, is that NBC was literally looking at the ratings going, why would we send Savannah when we now realize she don't get the ratings? This is the Olympics. Why not send someone else? So it was put in print by the media that Savannah wasn't going to be doing the Olympics, most likely. That she was being replaced. And then, when Nancy Guthrie went missing, Savannah's life, actually, for her career, boom! The Phoenix. You heard me? The Phoenix, the rising of the ashes. We're walking on ashes, Mommy, scorched ground. The rising of the Phoenix. The rebirth of Savannah's career. Then you look at it all and you go, wow, and the Clintons didn't get any attention because everybody's looking here when the Clintons over here, and we're all got our back to the Clintons doing the depot, not even caring, and it's all about the Epstein files. All right. I'm just sharing today. I told you, open. But I am very concerned about the guest house, but I'm like, oh my gosh, they released the crime scene back. So everywhere that the family, okay, so before the feds get to investigate the crime scene, before, we have a release of at least 48 hours back to the family to do what they want. They could live in the house. They could wash everything. They could do anything they wanted. And then the feds get a crime scene that's been completely screwed over. You guys get what I'm saying. And this game show writing in a rebirth of SG in the game show. Oh, I can't wait to see her on that game show, right? I mean, isn't that where most people go to retire? Game shows, when they kind of washed up in the real world. I shouldn't say all this. Somebody's like, no! I just think about it and I'm like, that's where, like, those that are done doing the real TV and the movies and all that just go to game shows because they just want to retire and have an easy life. I love Cedric the Entertainer, but, you know, he retired from what I understand. Maybe he's got a new album. I don't know. And I've always believed there is really possibility of deep state involvement. Clintons did depositions. All Frumps should too. I agree. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I agree. Hey, Dream Justice. Hello. Hey, Riz Biz. You love this? Just talking like it is. I mean, I'm not going to hide behind the facts and say, oh my gosh, there's so many Savannah supporters and therefore I should not talk negative of her because it could be bad for my channel. I have to be a true speaker. And for me, I get enough support from my 1111 family here that I'm not reliant on my YouTube views. Though I am appreciative of them, I'm not solely reliant, and therefore it'll skew me and make me biased. I also don't befriend victims' families because that puts you in a very difficult position and can make you biased. Nudge Sheriff Bananos, who put himself in a weird position. So did the scrubber get a hold of Kelly and go say, hey, go talk to Bananos? Make sure and put a bug up his arse to know that this has to go a set way. We need Savannah Guthrie's mom. Don't say Nancy a lot. Say Savannah Guthrie's mom. We need Savannah to get a lot of attention. Then, after the depositions of the Clintons, we're going to pull the plug. And at that point, It's like we want you to clear out this investigation of all the attention that you will have wound up, like you're pulling the plug on the bathtub down the drain. You'll need to get rid of all the YouTubers. You'll need to get rid of all the media. You'll need to get the family to just, the neighbors to just clamp down. Get the church people to shut it down, because we just need a distraction for right now, not long term. Sorry, guys. Mama D coming at you here with the truth. Where's my truth train? This isn't going away. We don't have a history of 84-year-old women being taken out of their bed by allegedly masked individuals. I refuse to say male because I 100% believe it's a woman. Look at those gloves. People are like, it's got to be a female. Did you see? Or it's got to be a male. Did you see how large his hands are? See how close my hands are to the camera and how large they look compared to my face? That don't work. Also, that's a fisheye view. I don't have a fisheye view. If I did, my hands would look ginormous. But I have normal size hands. See? However, if I were to put on 2 pair of gloves, 2 pair of clothes, a fake mustache, and a balaclava, guess what I could look like? A male, indeed. So I don't buy that is a male in that perp outfit. Kelly says most cases with money, it's always the family involved. Often, the love for money is the root of all evil. Nanette, me too. Nanette spelled exactly the same. 1952. In 1952, we took a little trip. Sheriff was friends with Tommaso. Interesting. Some people say that. I've never seen it in hard copy, but that's the rumor. Mathra, hello, lovely. Yes, remember Cash Patel was even in the mix at first. And then you got Trump saying, well, just let this guy go talk about something else. It'll blow over in a few days. It'll blow over. What? What's he know that we don't know? What does Trump know? Why does Patel feel so comfortable as the lead head FBI guy to do interviews where he basically passes the buck right back to Sheriff Nanos in Pima County? We never see that. The feds don't talk. That's one thing we've always known. So if they're talking, there's some hanky-panky bullshit going on behind the scenes. Most likely. Kelly says, that's why I love you, my YouTube streamers, for keeping Nancy's name out there, even though they are trying to get a ride of them. What does that mean? Get a ride of them. I don't know, sweetheart. Jam Funk, in my opinion, keeping people silenced, they don't want the truth to come out. Right, it's like they needed something to happen to get everybody to look over here. So let's just say you're at a birthday party, okay? But you have to sneak somebody out of the house. Okay, you gotta sneak your boyfriend without your parents seeing out of your house in the middle of the morning. And everybody's arriving for a birthday party. So there's going to be a lot of confusion, a lot of people, and you need to get your boyfriend out of the house without your parents or anybody seeing. Just follow me. You're going to have to create a diversion. So what you might do is you might go over to the balloons, right? And just put tuna fish all on the bottom of the balloons, so that the cat will attack the balloons to get to that tuna smell, and the balloons will go pop, 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 pop. And you can be like, go, 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 go. A full-blown distraction is what Nancy's case feels like, because it's like being shut down. What I'm learning is that allegedly, according to Chris McDonough, from the best of I understood, is that not one family member was given a polygraph test. Is that true? Because weren't we led to believe that Annie and Tommaso took polygraph tests, and that's why Sheriff Bananas was like, well, they passed their poly and everything's great, but then the police can lie through their teeth to us and not have to worry about it, right? Patty says they believed it would blow over, but it didn't. Sure hasn't blown over, Nanette says. Money and gifts changing hands. Well, I don't have a new Corvette. And I wouldn't take one anyway. Not in that way. Nikki UK, what help was Cash Patel? Question. None, in my opinion. What help was K-Pill? I can't read today. Nikki UK says, what help was Cash Patel? None, in my opinion. Right? I think it showed the truth. That this was not treated as a normal investigation. I don't think the FBI is used to being completely blocked like that and messed with like that. And I think they were like, hey, this isn't going to come back on our house. We were willing to do everything. It can never come back on us, right? Even Trump was like, you know, I'm sending everybody to you to do what you want. Yeah, Kelly, true. Trump didn't care about any other missing people in Tucson, and there's a lot. There's a disturbing a lot. Money Grubber says Dreama. Mothra says Cash Patel was setting and controlling the narrative. In a sense. But sometimes the truth can do that too. I'm not saying he was telling the truth, but it looks like it. J.G. George, Nancy Guthrie crickets is what we hear now regarding the news agencies. 1952 said that Nancy possibly died, and bless her because the plan didn't work. Rest in peace, Nancy. Very nice. Nanette just came out. No polygraphs were given to family. I can't take it. That just sucks. Please don't talk about fake money. Don't talk about another creator, whether it's Chris McDonough or anybody in negative lighting, in our chat. You may not like the way he does things. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. I just don't want to talk negative about other creators. Pat McMartin, it's hurtful that Nancy had to bear the cost. So sad. Yeah, use in my opinion, please. And don't talk about another creator like that. Nana, look at the difference. The Bahamas has given Coast Guard permission to look absolutely everywhere for Lynette Hooker. Thank you, Jesus. For real. And they're doing a bang-up good job. Kelly Simon, get rid of them rocks, cactus, and poop where the YouTube streamers sit. Some got slashed tires and followed GGL. JLR Juice Alex even threatened. Well, I'm saying they want them gone. The distraction is no longer needed. Mystery Diva, there's missing people all over the world, but Nancy was the only Trump discussed. True. What does Trump really know? Everybody keeps asking me that. Okay, what's going on? Oh, thank you, Nikki. Sorry, I didn't need to worry about it. Patty says, and yes, feces thrown on Nancy's memorial rocks. Horrible. What? It makes us all scream like the goats, right? It's creepy. Aw, check your email. Picture of Casita. Kelly, are you so real? Oh, sister, I'm so excited. I'm checking it. Oh, thank you for the $2 snippet chat. All right, hold on. Kelly, it says casita picture. Hold on, I'm downloading. Please, please be the right one. Okay, I'm opening. I'm downloading. So excited. I hope it is. I hope it is. Where is it? Okay, it's not letting me do that. Okay, let me go over here. Hold on a minute, y'all. Downloads. Why is it doing that? I can't open it. Okay, we'll try it with this and see if I can do it. Ooh, you may have something. Hold on. Okay, let me... it's so small, y'all, I can't see it, but good work, Kelly. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's go like this and see if I can drop it. Will it? It opened. All right, all right, all right. We'll go with it. Okay, this is the picture that Kelly just sent us. Hold on. This is the closest we've got. I remember seeing directly into it, but you can kind of see. At least you know we're not full of crap. See that? That's a blanket off the bed and the rug. And then, didn't they wonder about this tent or tarp? Why had they not collected that? What if they used an old tent or a tarp like that? What if they used that to roll Nancy up and take her out of there? Oh, I'm using my Jersey Girl lotions, y'all. It's artisan lotion. It's all organic. Cow's milk, raw cow's milk, and it is so luxurious and healing. And thank you. Thank you again, Kelly. That is so cool. Let me get back over to it. You don't need to watch me put my lotion on. There you go. I'm going to try and make it bigger, but look at that tarp, y'all. Do you see that tarp? Okay, let's see if we can make it bigger. Yeah. I told you that stuff was all over. Oh. Okay, let's make it back to regular size. I remember it, but I thought I remembered it a little bit different, so maybe it got moved. So JLR threw this out. I don't know what the hell he was talking about when this is May 15th. So what did JLR find out? He never told us. He just made this statement and then he just dropped it. I wondered if it could have been that he found the casita picture. It says it appears someone was staying in her guest house when Nancy Guthrie disappeared. And this goes back only to May 15th. So thought that was a little weird. But this is what I found. So I know the picture that I'm talking about exists. Robin, this person named Robin, says, I thought the same thing. These are all in response to JLR's post. Pictures that were posted showing bedding on floor. If her home was so immaculate, why would her guest house be any different? Someone was either staying there or was in there recently. You feel me? Priscilla said someone may have been staying there. She gone missing. Hey, Christine. He says the only thing that makes sense is fake and probably a PR stunt. They wanted to all go away and everyone to shut up while the feeling it's not going away. What's under the tarp? Good question, Nana. What is under? Kelly Marie says, I remember seeing right in the front of it too. Yes, me too. Sash, how you doing, lovely? Mama D, if you Google Nancy Guthrie casita photo and search image, The photo you are looking for is there. X is posted from Matt Finn. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Let me get on to Google and then follow the instructions. Okay, Google Nancy Guthrie casita photo images Matt Finn. I'm looking. Oh, you are so right. Boom, boom, boom. You rock, you rock. How do I get this open? Oh, you guys, my team is so amazing. Amazing. Let's get over. All right, let me get the website. It's going to be black screen for a minute. Hold on, I'm getting the website, y'all. Look, I told you. Yeah, let me get a screenshot because we're not losing it again. Okay. Let's get back over to this. Okay. Let's go back up. And we're going to put this back on. Okay. Yes. Look at this. See the blankets? They're like all weird. The rug is all weird. Let's go ahead and get this in a better lighting. If I can. Oh, it's in the middle of saving. Very cool. Thank you. Kept going back. Possibly your son even. He has a condo. That's what I heard too. Allegedly, Cameron has a condo in Tucson. I don't know how much truth to it there is. Let's make it brighter. Oh, not that bright. Okay, let's up the contrast. Just to make it be able to be seen a little bit. That's the best I can do. Maybe I need to take it darker. A little darker makes it work. That's almost too dark. There. Those are two different items on the floor. Now there's a rug here. And then you can see this is up higher. And you can see it goes back here. This is the bedding. Yes, Kelly, thank you, lovey. Woohoo, you did great. You're the only one that could get it. I tried everything. Yes, that's a better picture. Yes, unbelievable. House was immaculate. Don't think so. Something's wrong here. Oh, Nikki and Kelly did a lot of hard work too. Excellent. So, I don't need, look at this, okay? I got this one. This person says that is why the casita pool house was a mess. This one, John Smith says, I thought I saw from one of your streams bedding on the floor, carpet messy, and Ellie was standing there with a glimpse into the house. Pam says, yes, bedding is on the floor is odd. What is the guest house? Was the guest house the crime scene? Malin says, this has always been my suspicion since the bed in the guest house was a mess. I doubt Nancy would have it that way if it was empty. Ruth Ann said, based on the photos I saw, I thought so too. And let's see whether these. Yeah, this is the poster. Swamped in Revelation. Thank you, lovely. She put Chanel Jones' husband passed. Oh, husband. I said brother. Chanel Jones' husband passed away from cancer in May of 2025. That gained her sympathy and ratings. Savannah envied that. One more reason why. I put, oh, I did not know this. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing this. That hit home right there and makes perfect sense. Interesting, right? Deborah Manchester says, Chris from the interview room said, no polygraphs were taken from the Guthrie families. That's a huge red flag. I put, that is so crazy. It is as if they were just humoring the public with the appearance of an investigation. Isn't that sad? So I was looking at the guest house, just looking around. Cheryl Fair says, Mama dear, we are seeing a pull flat plastic floater. Okay, let me go back and look. Is it the pool cover? Is that what we were looking at on the patio? Okay, we got to take our famous picture down for a minute. You think that's a pool cover? That looks so small to me. Let's look at some bigger pictures. Something, I don't know. I have a picture where it shows it somewhere, I thought. Yeah, here. I don't think that's big enough to cover a pool. Is it? You did amazing, Kelly. You get the goat. Kelly Marie, you get the double goat. You did a fantastic job. Thank you so very much, Kelly. Nanette wants to know why would families stay in the casino when the house they grew up in had 4 bedrooms in it. I don't know. That's a good point. If that's a mess, don't come to my house. Rather not say to. Creepy to cry hysterically and walk arm in arm to the memorial. They already saw it on TV. Yeah, for weeks. For absolute weeks they saw this memorial. And then, you know, to actually go overboard with the boohoo, and I couldn't. Sash, glad to help. I'm not good at copying Cedra, so couldn't send Mama D. Thank you so much, lovely. Q, red flag to me, was Hoda interviewing SG. I got to thinking, what if this was a stunt that Nancy agreed to? She was like, all right, but then, you know, I'll get found and I get returned to my home and we'll all be fine. But then Nancy actually passed away and they couldn't go through with the plan to return Nancy. And then they were like, what the hell do we do now? She's really gone. I don't know. I was just wondering. That's not a pool cover. I don't think so either. Kashmiri says, oh my, that pic taken. Take a closer look. Looking into the room, there is something else there. Look at what looks like smoke. God bless you all. You see smoke? Let me see. I mean, the feds are there, so if there's smoke, I don't know what it would be. Oh, no, hon. That, well, it's a really crappy camera picture. And you can see it's all hazy over here, too. And this picture is hazy. This picture is hazy. This one, you can see a reflection. They may have even taken this picture off their TV screen, and this could be the reflection of their own living room on top of the picture. Oh, I'm not showing you. So she's talking about this looks like smoke. I'm saying it looks to me like Matt Fenn may have photographed this off of a TV screen, and this could be the reflection in their home right here, because I see it on all of his pictures, especially down here on this one. You can see a full curve. So use beach shells for a pool. The store. Okay, your cover goes on a roll to roll it up. The store. Yeah. Think so, but I didn't get the goat. Hold on, Sash. Mommy coming. You get the goat. Thank you. Yeah, Zozo gave you the goat. Nikki gave you the goat. You get the goat. Kashmir says, no, when you close in, that is dark. Demonic, close in again. Now, I'm telling you right now that is somebody using their phone to take a picture on a TV screen that is reflecting back that room of their own house. I can see it in other parts of the picture as well as in the other pictures the person's providing. But you can take it however you like. Looks like a rug runner type. Yeah. Bunny says Nancy had a beautiful home. One she and her husband worked for, raised those kids and took care of herself and home. For this to be her reward, this is sad. Nanette gave you the goat, Sash. Kelly says the memorial was for show, rubbing and touching Tommaso. Savannah was even. When Annie was crying, Savannah was still hugging Tommaso. It just looked weird. Thank you. Rizbiz, that cover looks like a green and tan sunshade fabric that may have been pulled off her plants in the planters and laid on the outside bench. Let's go back and look at that. I think it looks like an old tent. And why would an old tent be there? Let's go ahead. Let's do this. Copy, view, and we're going to crop it down and take all this out of here. And we're going to make this huge. Huge, I tell ya. Y'all, that's a tent. You can see over here this mesh for the windows. You can tell that this most likely is the zipper area for the door. There's the bench beneath it. And it is that general color of tent with the double colors. I'm going to stick with my theory that that is most likely a tent. Kelly says, put photos side by side. They're not the same. Aw, thank you for the $2 snooper chat. They're not the same. Which photos? Okay, this one. All right, let me make this one small. Let's see what you think. Okay, so I think that's a tent. That brings a lot of questions for me. Why in the hell is there this canvas tent-like material there? And could that have been used to lay someone on and drag him out of there? You would need the doors open. Are you feeling me? Like, before we compare those two pictures, if, let's just say hypothetically, you had to remove somebody from the house. They're big. Not huge, but 145 pounds of, sorry, no pun intended, dead weight. You would want to pull them. It would be so simple. In that event, how perfect is a tent that is slick, right? That's already got that camping spray on it, so it just glides across all the floor. It'll go across all the yard. It'd go across the cement, slick as crap. You could use a tent to wrap the person in and pull them. You feel me? I think it's the investigator's tent like they used in front. Well, it's certainly not like the one they used in front, which was white. And why would they use it with mesh windows? And where are all the poles? Okay, let's go get the other picture. They are not the same. Look at this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. These are not the same doors. These are not the same doors. This door, it has to be because reflection of that. This has been reversed. Oh yeah, look down here. The words are reversed. Hold on. The words are reversed in the photograph. Down here you can see storage, 1805-59. Now we got it. But if you look at this picture, right here, compared to this picture, where's the rug? And what is this? But I can see the fountain, and there's the fountain, so these are the same locations. This is weird. FBI tent was a white tent, correct. Used like a tarp. Their tents are white, that's what I say. They sit in it. The picture of the shoes seen at bottom of curtain. At window was someone in house. Okay. I'm not sure, love. rather not say it, and the brother looked hesitant and too uncomfortable to be on board with the alleged script. I don't know. He's military. He might be, sworn to secrecy. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he's not in on the shenanigans. I don't know. The 2 doors, different directions. Wow. Well, I looked down here. Let me show you. And it said storage and all that, but that was all written in reverse. The time was reversed. So I flipped the picture. And now it's right. And we know it's the right door because here is the triple, whatever this is, planter. That's supposed to be a bird bath, I think, but not so clean, is it? I don't think it's supposed to. I don't know what it is. Sheriff Ferris, Mama D, I meant to say a plastic floating pool toy. Okay, I don't think it's that either. It's huge, like a tent. It looks exactly like a tent I actually own. Yeah, that looks like a tent. I'm totally confused. Why a tent would just be laying there, and why haven't they collected it? There's another slider on the casita. Yep, on the other side. Could it be the cover for the garden furniture? That could be. Cameron was there by then. He may have stayed in there. Lori, if he stayed in there, then this investigation is worse off than I ever dreamed. Just my theory. All right, you guys. It's time to jump off here. I don't know how to solve this case. This case feels like it was sabotaged on purpose from the beginning because it feels like this was staged for a distraction. And if this was staged for a distraction, it would make sense while nothing makes sense. It would make sense while they want it to go away, while they're trying to shut it down because they no longer need that distraction. And whether that distraction was the keep everybody from watching the Clintons' depositions, both Hillary and Bill, was the distraction to save Savannah's $10 million an hour job, or some other reason. It makes sense. But real quick, I'm going to ask you, that little hair that they have, what if, this one will leave you with a big question, what if that comes back that it belonged to an all-natural hair wig from a mustache, a fake mustache. All-natural hair, fake mustache, rootless hair. Could that be the fake mustache that the perp wore? Could there be stranger DNA because it came from a wiggy? What do you call a mustache and it's a wig, it's fake? A fake mustache, I think. All right, lovelies. If you're interested, we're going to pull some energies and see if any crime allegedly took place with Nancy in the pool house. And if that's your thing, I invite you to continue on with us. And if it's not your thing, I will see you again very soon. I love you to the moon and back. Bye for now. I got to get my closer, right? Thank you so much.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I'm here to stay. Destiny will overcome, no, I am not afraid. Like a phoenix in the night, my soul rise from the darkness.